Somebody loves tinsel. There's like a really shiny thing that catches someone's eye. I'm seeing more silver than gold. Oh, wow. So someone's receiving an opportunity. Okay, this is a blessing in disguise. Or that's what this reading's about, is a blessing in disguise. I don't know if you want to think about those times, or... Because this King of Swords represents a very powerful person. The king is the mastery of the suit within the mastery of the suit within the masculine realm. And swords are metal and fire. So this is kind of an intense teacher. If you have a spirit guide, okay, this is either a person in your life or like a spirit guide where they're kind of like, look, they don't coddle you. This person doesn't coddle people because they know. They're like, no, dude, you're strong. Like, I don't need to baby you. You're grown. You can do it. Like, I heard, don't tell me you can't do it. I know you can do it. And someone's just like, but I can't. I'm weak. And it's like, okay, I heard cry about it. And then I heard, now get up off your knees and try again. Try again. That might be the blessing in disguise, is something has to be tried again. So maybe someone feels a little bit like like failure is being tested. It doesn't have to be presently, though. Because it's about learning something here. Okay, this is interesting, but Nine of Cups. Oh, man, it's so fascinating. Because this King of Swords is kind of like a magician and the Emperor. Yeah, it's like a father. It's a fatherly energy, so it's like they don't have a lot of emotion when they say something. Now, if someone was like, they're like, look, okay, this teacher's like, where's your homework? Like, okay, did you do your homework? And they were like, oh, I didn't have time. I just didn't have time. I got it kind of wrapped up. I was like hanging out with the homies, like we kind of stayed out late last night. Like there was this thing going on. And this teacher's like, I don't give a fuck about your excuses. And they're just like, what, man? Like, I'm gonna get it done. It's fine. And they're like, no. Someone has to learn something more about the value of someone else's time. Because this teacher, for instance, this person here is taking the time to put energy into this person to ensure that they grow into the person that they, they believe in their potential is the point. And therefore they're giving, again, this blessing or opportunity to be like, look, you want to keep going with this? You will be able to drink from this cup, I heard, for eternity. So this is like discipleship. And if someone's just like, well, I'm not really taking it. If this teacher feels like, well, if this person's not going to take it seriously, then I'm going to get a different student. Because I think what the person that's here doesn't always believe in themselves. Or they're actually so good at something that they know they're good at something, and they're like, I know I'm better than, interesting. I heard someone say, I know I'm better than somebody else. Meaning, like, let's go back to the student energy. It's like, well, I know I'm a good student, so I can slack. It's like I'm always ahead. Why can't I slack? But it's like, yeah, they're sure. They're the reason why they're thinking this, though, I think, is because they're seeing other people slack, and it's like they're sliding through. So they're like, well, why can't I have fun too? And it's like, you can, but you got to do your responsibilities first. And I think that's part of the harsh lesson is like, maybe if someone just thinks, well, like, I can't be fired. Like, they can't kick me out of the class um, because I'm the best student here. Like, I'm the hardest working here. But, like, if someone doesn't want to, because I guess people got different karmas, and I think somebody's karma here is like they have to try really hard and they can't really slack. At least when you're finding this, that's again part of the lesson of it. Interesting. And I guess it could just be time management might be part of the lesson too. It's just like someone's like, well, I want to hang out with my friends. And it's like, you can. Um, oh, I see. Okay, when you were a kid and your parents or some adult said, hey, I really don't want you hanging out with those folks. And it's like, why? They're my friends. And it's like, without saying it, it's that, I forget what you call it, where they're like, well, if Bobby jumped off a bridge, would you too? Right? I forget how to say it in Spanish, but there's a saying where it's just like, show me a person's friends and I'll show you who they are. Show me who you hang out with and I'll show you who you are. And I think that this teacher's like, look, dude, those aren't your friends. Like, not to say everybody that a person's connecting with is bad, but it's just an awareness of like, look, don't waste your time with certain people because they are wasteful of their time. Which, what did we say before? The lesson has something to do with someone being conscientious that, like, don't be wasteful with my time. So I guess someone could kind of be easily replaced. And that's why they have to be consistent and not slack. And because there's no way to save face. I mean, you might get a pass like one or two times, but it would be like 3 strikes you're out kind of situation. Even at 2, it might be kind of, I don't know. But again, so if someone's coming at you kind of harshly like that, I don't know who I'm talking to here, but like it's because because it's masculine, it seems like, well, do you not care about me? You don't feel like I should have any friends? You don't feel like I should be doing what I want to do? You don't feel like don't you understand me? And it's like, no, dude, I do understand you, and I can see where you're going because I've been around the block, and it's like they don't want someone to fail, so they're being kind of harsh because they have failed and then built themselves back up. And I feel like these two people are like peas in a pod. Interesting. All right. Let's choose one last card to close this out. Interesting reading. Okay, 6 of Swords. Oh, I see. So someone's just like, Okay, because this is what could happen. And again, I don't know when this was or who this is. So let me back up. Say someone's like, look, dude, I need you to step up, or like, you're not going to have this position anymore, basically. And someone's like, oh, you don't appreciate me? Well, then fine. Like, I don't even want to be here anyway. I'm just going to, because whatever they were doing is the thing that someone's like, look, you just can't do that all the time. You can't make that the priority, this other thing. Because it's taking away from that which is important. And again, it sounds harsh, but it's all coming from this loving. And I could see that this person's like, well, fine. Like, you don't believe in me. Like, you don't want to work with me, or like, you don't want me in your class, or you don't want me, da da da. And it's like, they take it wrong, and then they go and hang out with this. Let's see. It would be, I see that it would be not the wisest choice to not listen to this teacher. You know, again, it's reminding me of that kid energy where it's just like, what do you know, mom? Like, you don't know me. Like, you don't know anything about, like, this. And it's just like, dude, of course they do. They were an adult and you're a child. Like, they've already been there. That's why they're able to say it. Devil. It's like, they've already been there. But I think someone might take it personally, so this is not the time to be taking things emotionally. And I would really sit with what this person has to say to you, even if it's not something that you want to hear. I would really sit with it, because, look, if you do and you take it maturely, then what happens is the 7 becomes the 8, which then becomes the 9 of Pentacles, which is someone that is satisfied with where they are. They've taken the correct action. They've taken the right risks. Right? Sometimes it's a risk, for instance, when your friends are like, or whatever, friends are like, hey, don't you want to come to this party? Like, don't you want to get drunk with me or whatever? And it's just like, you know, the brave kid, for instance, would be like, no, I don't drink. You know what I mean? That's the brave, smart kid. They get to go around, if you will, like the devil. You know, because they have this kind of angel. It seems like an angel to me, like Michael or something, like angel helping them to go around it. But again, if they take it personally, they might. I don't know. Interesting. All right. Hope that was helpful. Peace.